going on, guys? In today's video I'll be telling you guys the top 10 bloodlines in Shindo life. But before we go ahead and go straight into this video, guys, if you are new to this channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and turn on all post notifications. Let's try and hit a like goal of 300 for the next Shindo life video. Without further ado, hope you guys do enjoy, and let's get straight into the video. And before we go ahead and go straight into number 10, guys, I would like to say that this is opinionated. This means that there's no actual factual stats to prove it, other than, you know, it's honestly just better, and it just comes from like a standpoint of how I view it and how other people view it and how it can be used as, you know, combo potentials. But yeah, that's just a disclaimer, guys. And without further ado, let's get straight into number 10. All right, so in number 10 we do have Mini Kaze, and you guys may be asking, why is Mini Kaze so low? This bloodline has received enough nerfs that it overpasses probably Shindai Akuma's nerfs. Like, you guys don't understand how much times this thing has been nerfed. It basically does 0 damage. The startup is insane, and it's just easily dodgeable, especially with the mentor passive ability. As you can see, it, like, if you go ahead and use the second form or third or C-spec, it does barely any damage and doesn't even break your block. As you can see down below in the stats, you do get, you know, around 600k health with the addition of obviously the stat boost. And it's 2700 chi, 2600 nin, 2500 tai, 2400 HP. The moves don't do as much damage, like I said, especially when you're blocking. Like, if you're blocking, this is the only move that does like a bunch of damage. But yet again, it's still with block, it barely does any damage, and people really usually go for a passive block or this block, so it's really hard to do enough damage. And third move as well, barely any damage of blocking, and C-spec is easily dodgeable with block as well. But there you go. Yeah, the reason I'm putting it at 10 is because, yeah, it just got a lot of nerfs. It's not really good as before. And number 9, we do have Rayan Akuma. And the reason why I put Rayan Akuma up here is because its iframes are insanely good. Its stat boost is even better than Mini Kaze with 2800 chi, 2700 nin, 3000 tai, and 2700 HP. As you can see down below at the stats, obviously 612,000 with the addition yet again of the mentors. You have 264,000 chi, 35,000 stim, and, you know, the motors, whatever. But, you know, the C-spec, this is honestly one of the best iframes. I'm pretty sure that's an iframe. If not, I'm pretty sure it's a Q-spec or in the fourth one, whatever. But I know for sure that the second move is, or third move is the iframe as well. So it just does a bunch of damage, and I just feel like this beats Mini Kaze off, obviously because of how just goated it is and how versatile it is. It just does too much damage, and yeah, obviously you have an auto dodge as well, which Mini Kaze does not have. And this auto dodge is pretty good as well. It's one of the basic ones, but it's still really good, and you can attack once you get hit, and it's pretty nice. And obviously you have the nice Chidori as well, which stuns them, and it does 80k. So on top of that, Rayan Akuma is just honestly one of the best Akumas out there, so I'm gonna put it at 9th place, guys. But yeah, I think it just deserves that. All right, so in 8th place, guys, we do have Shindai Rengoku, and the reason why I'm putting Shindai Rengoku in 8th place is because honestly it's really good. Obviously you have a shiver and knockback with it, so it stuns them. You have your double sun, then you obviously have the true seeking orbs. These are one of the best things to use for ragdolling. Honestly insane. Then you have the suns, which can easily be blockable. But one thing that tips me off is that, first of all, this move here, it's easily dodgeable, has a large startup time, and you can just jump up or chi dash up, you know, and that's all that takes. So that one's easily avoidable. And then we have counter, which takes 100k chi, which is unnecessary as heck. So, and it's not even one of the good counter. It easily dodgeable yet again, can block half the damage. I don't think it's really worth the 100,000, you know, chi. But as you can see on the bottom, it is basically similar stats to Rayan Rengoku or Rayan Akuma. 612,000 and all that, so it's whatever, you know. Stats are honestly good, but it's just that the damage wise and just like unnecessary chi wise, it's kind of stupid. But yeah, that's why I think it deserves 8th place. But let's go ahead and go to the next one now. All right, so in 7th place, guys, we do have Doku Tengoku / Doku Scorpion, and I'm putting it at 7th place is because, you know, it's honestly really good. It does a lot of damage. Actually, this one cancels anyone on their way, steals shock from them there. It just does a pretty amount of good damage, and the counter is basically one of the best counters in the game. I mean, if it's really easy because you can hit it at any point, but, you know, people sometimes just glitches out and just ragdolls people, and like you can't even hit them in it. The C-spec, you know, it's basically Ryuji Kenichi 2.0. I always say this. It does a decent amount of damage, and as you can see there. And then you also have the Q-spec, which is basically like actual Tengoku. That one actually really carries a lot. And then the stat boost, you can see you have 618,000 health, 255,000 chi, so it's like a way better version, I think, with health other than the stat boost. So yeah, 2500 chi, 2600 nin, 2900 tai, and 2000 HP. Just not up there in the top 5, but it's still up here due to that damage and that counter and just the moves in general. So yeah, that's why I believe it deserves number 7. All right, guys, and in number 6 we do have Bankai Inferno, and I'm putting Bankai Inferno number 6 because it's a Z spec first of all, so that means you can obviously put this in your FGH moves and a Z spec, so you can combine it with another move or another bloodline that was make the OP. And then first of all, we do have extended M1s, makes it OP as heck. Then we also have a move which basically is like, it's like technically an auto dodge, I guess you could say. Like if you're all over here, you're getting damage here, you just click first move, you do damage to them, and you teleport back. And then you also have like a Genjutsu OP, and then you can M1 after that. And then you also have another like trapping move where they can't move anything or do anything, and you just M1 after that again. And then you also have a Q spec, which is basically Ember Chi stun, amazing, just does a bunch of damage. And then you also have a E spec as well, which summons those explosive clones. And if you go ahead and attack the person, they just go through it, explode, does 75k damage if you hit it right. And then obviously we have one more move, which is the Z spec, and this one's honestly amazing. Look at this, boom, just all that damage, bro, and it just launches them away. So that's why I think it deserves 6th place, honestly, bro. It's just one of the best high damaging moves, but really easy to dodge. That's why combined with this, you know, the Genjutsu and then you click Q or something like that, it's better when you move all the moves together. But that's why I think it deserves 6th place. And let's go into 5th place, guys. All right, and in 5th place we do have Forge Rengoku / Forge Sengoku, and the reason why I'm putting this out here is, I mean, the stat boost is honestly like pretty bad in my opinion. You know, the health does go down by literally 100,000. You know, it's whatever, and you can see at the bottom there's like, it's just bad. But the reason why I'm putting it here is because it's moved to a ton of damage while being able to have a lot of combo potential on top of it. So, you know, all their moves, you know, this one here just takes your mode, but honestly just ragdolls them, and it just makes it so they can't do anything. Takes like half their health to like 45k as well while jumping on them, around like 75k damage. Then we also have the second move, which basically just takes their mode away if you just, you know, boom, hit them like that. And then what's favorite about what I like most about this is that its versatility is so nice as well. So if you click Z, this move is like insane. Look at it, it just constantly rains on them, and after that you can go ahead and Q spec it and just M1 after that. It just has a lot of combo potential, and I just feel like this is one of the best god bloodlines out there. But yeah, that's why I think it deserves 5th place. But hey, you know, yet again, it's opinionated, and just that the boost, our stat boost is pretty bad, but everything other than that is honestly really good. All right, guys, so in 4th place we have Sheer Glacier, and the reason I'm putting Sheer Glacier at 4th place is because yet again it has M1 combos. Its moves just freeze the heck out of everyone, just entire high damage, really good tracking, and just freeze, like you can use all of them at once and just do about like 200k damage or 300k, or even kill them if you hit all of them. And its Q spec is what carries it, basically freezes them while doing a bunch of damage. And once you're out of it, you can M1 out of it, you know, M1 out of it, E spec it, and just freeze them as well while slowing them. It just does a bunch of damage. And to top it off, you do have a dragon as well, which does freeze them as well and doesn't do as much damage, but it just slows them down and it makes you be able to escape. So it's like Tin Tails, the doggy version of it, I guess. But yeah, that's why I think it deserves number 4. Just does a bunch of damage, and honestly very versatile and flexible with a bunch of other bloodlines as well. And in number 3 we do have Alpharama Shizen, and I'm putting Alpharama Shizen here because it just does, you already know Alpharama Shizen, guys. I've talked about this most of the times. You can use all 3 moves and it just does an insane amount of damage, especially once you hit that first one. It just does too much damage, M1ing everything. Like, it's like Sheer Glacier but even better. You know, the Q spec is basically the second move for Sheer Glacier. Their C spec is what's insane, literally just instantly kills them basically if you know how to hit it right. And then your E spec does a bunch of damage as well. It's just the moves are like, this is like I think one of the best flexible bloodline out there because it can be used with so many bloodline. It has the second best combo potential out there, right behind a certain bloodline. But especially with the third move, a lot of people like to use the third move because it just comes in, you know, by time to time, and it's basically instant cast. And if they're blocking, you can go up front with them, just hit them until you block break them or something happens, I guess. But yeah, that's why I think it deserves 3rd place. And yeah, you know, just honestly OP. And in 2nd place we do have the one, the only Ryuji Kenichi. Now before we go ahead and go to 1st place after this, you guys could you know, somewhat switch over Alpharama Shizen and Ryuji Kenichi, but the reason I think why Ryuji Kenichi is way better is because obviously that stat boost is insane as well. And then you also have it's a Z spec bloodline, so you can compare it. You can pair it with, you can use it with Alpharama Shizen, by the way, like both of them, I guess, since this is just taijutsu based, and it's just honestly OP. Has high damage, a counter basically that does insane, like it just slashes through them, you know what I'm saying. And its moves are honestly insane as well, especially this one. This one just has like, it can cancel anyone's moves and just does a ton of damage. And after that you can follow up with the B spec, or you can even use this. I've seen this a lot in comp. This is used a lot when it, you know, coming out of M1s. But you know, if you guys want, yet again, you can switch off from Shindo and Ryuji Kenichi around. But I think Ryuji Kenichi is their second place just because of that obviously that we call that the boost, you know, say the second floor Z spec type stuff. So yeah, that's why I think it's their second place, yo. Now first place we do have Kogoku, and I just want to say that this guy doesn't have it, but you know, I'm too lazy to go back on my account. But the reason why I'm putting it here is because obviously 90% of the users who like have Kagoku basically think it's the best. You see it all the time in comp, you see it everywhere, and once you're in like a really good player's moveset, it's hard to escape because they just honestly just use this. And the stat boost, I'm pretty sure it's a decent amount as well, but I'm just gonna say like this is how I know it's literally the best bloodline. You can take it from my words, guys. It just does an insane amount of damage, has like the most combo potential out of everything, and it's just insane. Literally half the moves ranges are insane. It has like ranged M1s. It's insane though. That's why I think it's like the first, basically the best entirely best bloodline out there out of all. And a lot of people can agree with me, even though I don't have to show here. But yeah, a lot of you guys can agree with me on why Kagoku is the best, but it's just the best, guys. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for my ranking. If you guys do agree or disagree, make sure you guys you know, write down your thoughts and comments down below in the description. I would love to hear from you guys and see what you guys think about it, because that's my opinion obviously. But you know, you can move one up or down, anyone from the list. But if you guys want, I just believe that is like the best top 10 bloodlines for now in Shindo Life. If you guys want, you can add Sengoku there as an honorable mention because it did get buffed recently. But other than that, you know, they're all pretty good, and I think they deserve their place. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, turn on all post notifications, as well as join my Discord. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, guys, and deuces.